Hi, it's Katrina Gibson, and this is my Dobby project. It will be a pretty short video, so don't worry. Just want to start by saying I had to restart my Dobby project because the replication wouldn't work. I made it to the replica on the server Hyper-V, it just wouldn't turn on. I wasn't really sure what caused the problem. The leading cause, we think, was that I only had one nick instead of the 3. Aiden helped me out. He thought that just instead of adding the 2 other nicks, we should just restart and add the 3 nicks at the beginning. We're not exactly sure if that was the problem, but that's what we're guessing. I'll just run through and look at the server setup here. We'll look at the ESXi, the file server, Hyper-V1, Hyper-V2, with the cluster on it, and then the server Hyper-V, and then I'll do the failover with the replica. So not much to see first for the ESXi. Let's go showing here. This is where we had our original Dobby VM running. I won't turn that on just in case it caused problems, but that's where it was. There's not too much to know here. It was just hosting our Dobby DC, just showing the different file formats. So I use Starwind on my host machine here to convert the ESXi VM format to the Hyper-V one. And from there I had moved it onto my Hyper-V one. Quickly, I'll just look at the file server. This is what hosts the shared storage for the cluster of Hyper-V1 and 2. This one only has 2 NICs. It has the LAN and the storage one. The LAN NIC is for connecting everything within the domain, and the storage is for obviously the shared storage. So that's the file server, Hyper-V1 and 2. And then the last 3rd NIC is the data. That is only for the cluster itself, so no other servers besides that. This has the LAN and storage. So if we look here at the iSCSI, we have the 2 disks, the storage and the witness disk. This is both using the storage NIC and using the target to connect Hyper-V1 and 2. Again, not too much on this file server here. And there's more going on Hyper-V1. Hyper-V2, there wasn't too much. It's more just in case. If Hyper-V1 dies, then Hyper-V2 takes over. Alright, so this is Hyper-V1. This is one of the clusters. So we see in the failover cluster manager, it's the Dobby cluster. And we have the 2 roles, which is our Dobby DC virtual machine, which is currently running, which I'll show you. And then our replica broker here, just to help with the replica. Our 2 nodes are Hyper-V1 and 2. We have 2 disks. One is the witness disk in the quorum, and the other one is the shared cluster volume. So we see here we have the 4 NICs, the data, LAN, and storage. The 4th one is just because I have a private net for the Dobby DC virtual machine, so don't need to worry about that. And if we look in here, our file explorer, we can look at our cluster's shared storage. And this is our volume 1. So this is the volume that's shared between the 2 Hyper-Vs. And this is what's currently hosting our Dobby DC VM. I'm currently just going to show you the Dobby DC VM. Okay, that's it running here. Here is my background. I had a lot of fun. This one on the left here was an actual picture when I went to the Harry Potter tour in London. I got to be on the screen, and my movements were Dobby's movements. And so that was pretty fun. The one right here was just something really funny I had an idea for. So this is the Dobby DC. So I also changed the color. You know, this is green instead of blue, and when you turn it on and it says applying settings, it will be green instead of blue. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shut this down since I already have the replication on the server Hyper-V. So this is green here instead of the blue. Okay, so that's shut down on Hyper-V1. Hyper-V2, there's not too much to look at here since we already looked at everything on Hyper-V1. This currently is just the backup for Hyper-V1. It's in the cluster. So as we see now, the DC is off. And so just if Hyper-V1 were to fail, everything would be able to work on Hyper-V2. So we're going to go to server Hyper-V here, which is out of the cluster that we replicated our Dobby DC to. So as you see here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fail over and we are going to see the replica in action. Alright, let's see, it looks like it's running. Alright, now it's booting up. The first good indication is that the fact that this is green instead of the usual blue. So that's a good sign that it replicated the Dobby DC from Hyper-V1. But let's just double check with the funny background picture. Alright, so we can see it has replicated, the failover has now worked. It is running on our server Hyper-V instead of the Hyper-V1. So that is perfect. A big shout out to Aiden, the elder, who really helped me set this whole thing up again. Alright, so thank you for watching. This has been my Dobby project.